Hey, you guys, how are you? I thought that was a little bit of a great introduction about our one of the founders of Going Twice .com. And you guys, James, if you're here, I actually bought your bell sprout from them. There you go on their eBay. I got it from them. So I'm pretty excited. It's actually somebody that I shopped. And by the way, I could not do this without my friend Jessica from Geeked Out Collecting. So thank you so much, Jessica, for introducing me to them. I'm so excited. Hi, how are you guys? Hi, Jody. Hi, Nathan. Hi, Hefe. I deserve that troll. That's okay. Is that her website, the store? No, it's actually our guest's website. So I'm pretty excited. Hi, how are you, Nacho? Hi, Z, Jody Juswami, and my mod SRR. Make sure I don't skip anyone. If I did, I'm just going really fast, you guys. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day. I'm here to introduce Travis. And there you go. Oops, let me go exit full screen. How are you today?
Doing okay. It's been a hectic couple of days here at the shop. We've been shipping out. I think we shipped out like maybe 3,000 packages since last Thursday. So it's been absolutely insane. Been absolutely
Wow.
chaos. We didn't know if it was going to be me or Dan on this podcast. We were just trying to put it all together. There's a constant live stream always going. We have our auctions. We have our
Mm-hmm.
Instagram to keep up. So we don't want, as we get busier and as a larger company, we don't want to like start letting our level of customer service go down. So we're all just working round the clock, 18-hour days to get it all done.
Gotcha. Thank you so much for being on. Please introduce me to our little friend that you have there.
We got Pickle here. This is the shop dog. This is actually Dan's dog, but Pickle's at work every day with us for the last 8 years, basically. So
Wow. And he's a Pomeranian.
she's a no,
Oh,
she's
she's a
a
Pomeranian.
long haired Chihuahua.
Oh, that's so cute. She's so adorable. I lost my dog
Yes.
when he was
Oh no.
21, and it was so devastating. I just couldn't even keep up with it. But tell us about yourself. Tell us actually about your website and your eBay store and your Instagram, which I showed just a little bit about.
Sure, yeah. So me and Dan have both been dealing in collectibles for the last 8 years plus. Dan's been working with sports cards for almost 20 years now. Um, but we got together. We opened an auction company. It kind of started out with doing all collectibles, mostly coins and jewelry, though, and then we kind of expanded more into our interests, which are like trading cards and sports cards. And so we have the Proxibid auction that's GoingTwice.com. We sell 3,600 items a week there every Saturday and Sunday. And then we also have GoingTwice_com on eBay, where we kind of do some buy now listings. That is just kind of your run of the mill, anything from $50 to $1,500 slabs. And then we also have our Instagram where we sell sealed product. The username's again the same, GoingTwice_com. We got sealed products there. We do claim sales there. And we actually just got started on Whatnot as well with the same username. We're streaming basically 18 hours a day on there as well. You want your dog?
Sure. Hello.
Bye, Pickle.
Bye, Pickle.
And so we stream on there about 18 hours a day. So we're doing about.
You want us to start a stream?
For Pokemon, you can, yeah.
Jason started.
Sorry, we're live.
Yeah, I realized.
Yeah, 500 items or so a day on there as well. So it works out well for us. Our main goal is to get collectibles to the collectors at a reasonable price, with fast shipping, great customer service. I think it's doable. I think a lot of companies don't realize that you don't have to have these huge profit margins. You can kind of keep the profit margin low if you do enough of it, and you'll just have enough happy customers that they keep coming back for more. So that's kind of our mentality around here, is just do a lot of it, try to offer good deals to all the collectors out there.
Nice. I always start every guest with the same question, almost the same. Pick a starter: Bulbasaur, Charmander, or Squirtle.
Well, this was a hard one for me because I like Charmander as far as a starter, but my favorite of the big three is the Venusaur. So Charmander is for sure my
Nice.
favorite starter, but Venusaur, hands down, absolutely my favorite of the big three.
Very nice. Actually, that's our first time, you guys. Very nice. Cool. Favorite first gen Pokemon? Venusaur, I assume?
Yes, Venusaur for sure.
Gotcha. Last card you sent for grading for yourself.
I mean,
Two grading.
with well, we send obviously thousands of cards pretty much every week. But we kind of have a policy where we don't keep stuff for too long personally. Just it's a conflict of interest when you have so many high dollar things. The last card that I liked that I wanted to keep, and I kept it on my desk for a month because I didn't want to sell it, was a Jinzo first edition from Yu-Gi-Oh. But you know, we get so many cool cards. I had a first edition Blastoise I really wanted to keep, but at the end of the day, you gotta keep stuff moving when you're running a business. It's only fair to my business partner that we don't each kind of keep stuff. We got a really cool Tom Brady last week that I know he'd like to keep, but you got to keep the doors open. If you start keeping stuff, that's where you kind of have to start charging your customers for what you're keeping. So I feel like if I sell the stuff, I can keep giving good deals.
Gotcha. That makes perfect sense. Any sealed Pokemon products for yourself?
Yeah, we definitely have. We have a huge. What we do is we hide it from ourselves. You know, we're basically, because we know we can sell it. That's not a problem. We're getting into it usually at a great price. But we kind of hide a little bit from ourselves. Like we have some sealed Forbidden Light ETB cases.
Gotcha.
Some Lost Thunder sealed ETB cases. We're just kind of throwing those to the side, letting them marinate a little bit, and then kind of being able to offer something in a couple years to collectors that might be a little bit more sought after than something that you can kind of find on eBay every day right now.
Gotcha. Because you do sports cards as well. I thought I want to ask this question. Who's going to win the NBA championship?
I sure hope the Lakers do.
Oh, there's Hefe's going to be so happy. That's so funny. That is so funny. Favorite overall Pokemon moment?
Oh, man, we've actually done a lot of really cool stuff. What got me into Pokemon to begin with is probably one of my favorite moments. I bought a collection of sealed sports wax and trading cards out at a swap meet. This was about 6 years ago now, and it had a bunch of magic. So that's why I bought it. My business partner said, hey, we should get this. Neither of us in 2015 knew much about Pokemon. Obviously, I collected when I was younger, but there happened to be a first edition base set booster box in there. So the first edition base set booster box, just finding that at the time, it was worth about $10,000. I sold it to one of my good buddies. I sold it to him for $7,000. That's what kind of got me hooked to the Pokemon. He opened it. It was super fun. I would say that's for sure my favorite moment.
Very nice. Do you play any of the Pokemon games?
I play I have all the Game Boy games. That's kind of where I go with it. All our employees here play the card game. So they kind of fill me in on what's good in the card game. I'm more of a Yu-Gi-Oh guy myself when it comes to card games. I've phased in and out for Yu-Gi-Oh over the last, decade. So it's kind of like right now I'm not into it with COVID. It's been hard because Yu-Gi-Oh's, a lot more fun to play in person. But when it gets back open again, I'll get right back into the meta.
Very nice. I think you answered the next question with other trading cards game that you play or collect, and that is Lugia. Oh my god, I can't even talk.
No problem.
No problem. Like there, let me go here. Cool, we got that. Are you guys? I'm gonna hop back on. There you go. There I am. How is everyone doing? I'm pretty excited for that. By the way, thank you for sending me that Bellsprout. I just want to let you guys know I put in a best offer for that Bellsprout, and I actually got right away within 30 minutes. I got an acceptance. So thank you for doing that. And one of my viewers won that for my subscriber giveaway. So I'm pretty excited for that. Let me go here. They're just like making fun of me because I'm such a huge Clippers fan, and apparently they're just trolling me now. They are just trolling me now. So I do have a couple of questions to ask you. I'm on your website, and I know myself what does co-consignment mean. Can you explain to the viewers just in case they don't know what that means? What if to have a product that is to have under you as a consignment?
Okay, so basically on Proxibid, each week, a lot of the items are ours, but each week we have like 2 or 3 main consigners that are sending in like, maybe 300, 400 CGC slabs for Pokemon, maybe a comic book collection. We help some really big stores sell stuff, but we also do that for the general public. So for like our Proxibid auction, if you have the type of items that we want to sell, we charge 15% consignment rate and we sell it for you. You send it to us. We send you the auction contract. You fill it out. We're licensed auctioneers in Washington State. We're insured and bonded. and we get it sold for you. So we take on all the liability, all the risk, and we get you paid. Usually takes 2 to 3 weeks to get it sold, and then another week after that we send you a check.
Gotcha. Can someone as myself, as a perhaps someone that's interested in using your service, says, look, I don't want that booster box or any type of that comic book to sell less for a certain amount, or are we allowed to do that under a co-consignment?
Yeah, so what we do is we do no reserve auctions.
Okay.
But what we've been building for the
Mhm.
last 8 years really is that it's going to do what it's supposed to do. Obviously, there's hit or miss. That's why we never tell people to give us, if you have a $500 item, just one item, and you for sure want to get $500 out of it, we're maybe not the auction for you because we just do no reserve auctions. But if you bring us 20 items that add up to $1,000 all day long, our auction is so darn consistent, you're going to get that $1,000. But the beauty about an auction is there has to be good deals for the buyers and the sellers, or else people won't show up. So it's kind of that balance. If you guys want to check out our auctions, it's at GoingTwice.com. Like I said, there's really good deals. As far as a buyer, you scoop some stuff, and then there's some stuff where the seller does really good. And everybody at the end of the day is happy.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes perfect sense. So at GoingTwice.com, you actually exactly where it was I was showing. This is a co-consignment. Okay,
Yep.
that is very nice. Hey, Mr. Locknet, how are you? Hope things are well. Swami wants to know, where do they get the inventory? Do people send in? Do you buy? So where do you get your inventory? I think you answered some of the question, and buy. So I assume you actually do both co-consignment, and then you buy collection as well to sell.
Yeah, so we have a store here in Lakewood, Washington. Stuff comes in all day long. People are kind of surprised. We own a coin and jewelry store, but literally every day, just an insane amount of cards comes in. I think yesterday we probably spent $30,000 on just single cards. That wasn't big graded slabs or sealed product. That was just single cards coming in. So we do get a lot of stuff. We also always target like big estates. If a store closed down maybe 5 years ago, 10 years ago, going out, making them an offer, that's where you get kind of the quantity to send off 1,000 to 2,000 cards a week. And then other than that, we also buy on Instagram. We have people reach out to us through our auctions. They say, hey, I don't want to auction it, but would you be interested in buying this? We certainly do buy it all day long. We're very happy to do so because we understand not everybody wants to take their chance on the auction. So we just say, hey, well, let's come up with a fair price right now, and we work it out with them.
Gotcha. That makes perfect sense. My local card shops actually do all of that. They buy collection and they sell it for a percentage that's profitable to them, which is understandable. That's a business market ideal. So I do want to ask you. I actually did talk to Travis before here, and he said, "Go ahead, ask all the questions." You guys, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna ask. Because a lot of people want to know, and you deal a lot with the collectibles market regarding just probably Pokemon. Maybe you can talk about other collectible market as well. There've been a lot of talks that perhaps Pokemon is, and I'm just using other verbiage what other people are saying, crashing and dying. Do you see that yourself too, and that is reflected in your sales?
Well, that's actually really good. We talk about it all day long. Like I said, we shipped out 3,000 packages since last Thursday. Pokemon is very, very strong right now. The prices just aren't reflecting it. I think what a lot of that has to do with is maybe stimulus money. Summer's coming around. I'm in the auction industry. Every summer prices kind of dip down. In no way am I worried about it because, like I said, we're still selling quite a bit of stuff, more than ever, really. Last night on eBay, I wake up to 30 offers on whatnot. Yesterday we sold 400 Pokemon items. Our auctions do great as far as the prices. I think people just get this price in their mind that they're like, first edition Red Cheeks Pikachu, it sold for 13,000. It should be 13,000 forever. And I'm sitting here going, well, I have 10 PSA 10s of it. I was happy when it was 7,500. If it goes down to 5,000, I'm also doing okay because I had these before this big boom. But you're still buying pieces of cardboard for $5,000, $10,000. In no way is that a crash. It's not like PSA 10 Charizard. They're going for 10 grand. They're going for 350,000, and people are panicking. I think with sports cards, you see this all the time. So people in sports cards are like, well, there may be riskier stuff. If you're sending off, mosaic rookies of John Morant, where it's a card where they printed, 30,000 of them, yeah, their population's going to grow really fast. But with Pokemon, what you're seeing is the population's going really fast up right now, but then next year, this won't be as much in the news and the population will level off again, and that's the new benchmark. So you're seeing some population growth. Prices are kind of dipping because supply and demand. I don't think the amount of people interested has gone down that much. The supply has just gone up. But next year, that supply is not going to keep growing at that same level, if that makes sense. Like PSA is going to give all this stuff back. And then it's not like people are finding this stuff now and sending off. They did that back in October. That already happened. Population growth's already happening now. And then next year, we'll kind of see it level off as far as those PSA populations.
Gotcha. So I think you're just inferring that perhaps Pokemon is trying to meet demand, or it's basically doing an okay job trying to meet demand, and therefore a lot of people are just slowing
on modern
down.
And on vintage PSA graded. I think Pokemon, I don't think as many people dropped off as even I thought would. From October to now, I honestly think there's almost just as many people, maybe more. Honestly, it's been absolutely crazy. Just the prices you can ask for certain things are going down because there's a higher supply of them, which is okay. I mean, because we do the live whatnot streams, and I'm talking to people all night, and I'm saying, look, this card was $3,000 in October, and the collectors were complaining because they felt like they were priced out and were never going to get a shot at these high-end cards again. That's all I saw all day long on Instagram is, I'll never get a shot. I feel bad. It makes me want to quit Pokemon. Well, now the prices are dipping back down. Maybe that card's now 300 and an average collector can get back to it. I'm okay with that. I want the average collector to build now on a dip because we know in time all assets appreciate with value with time.
Gotcha. That makes perfect sense. And that's what I tell a lot of people here. And I'm again not a financial advisor. I do quick disclaimer, but I've always noticed a lot of people how they do make a little bit of money, or sometimes a lot of money, is that they buy into the dip and know when to sell. Is that what, right? They buy into the dip, know when to sell. I noticed Battle Style is dropping like bricks right now. That's true. My local card shop has a booster box for $100. A good thing or bad thing? Wonder if Chilling Rain will do the same. I hope prices continue to drop a bit so I can buy some cards that I really want. So I do want to ask you this. I mean, you don't have to answer this, but a lot of people, they want to come in and they want to perhaps start a business like you. Just basically, it depends on how you term it, right? A lot of people says, I want to flip cards, or I want to. It's different terms for different people, right?
Yeah.
So what do you recommend? Because my local card shop, they're very honest. If you give them a call, they tell you, I pay 50% cash for whatever the value is on TCG Player, and that's where I do make the profit. What do you recommend for someone who's completely new, wants to come in and start just selling cards and just trading collectibles just like you?
Yeah. The big thing is getting the notion that you're going to get sealed product is pretty low. Like, you're just not going to get sealed product as a starting out card shop. It takes a long time. The way it works is they reward those people that were involved in Pokemon before the hype. They were involved before, so they're going to honor those people and they're going to give them the stuff. Even us, we don't get a lot of stuff at all. Basically, what we do is we can sell at MSRP, and then after that, we have to get on the secondary market and sell it at market value. That's what we're left to do as far as that. When it comes to buying singles, and grading and all that stuff, for somebody that wants to get involved, I think the key is to lower your standards on how much you want to make. When I started out in the collectibles business 8 years ago, everybody said, well, I won't buy it unless I can double my money or triple my money. That's what everybody said. You went to GameStop, they wanted to do it. You went to pawn shops, they wanted to do it. You went to card shops, they wanted to do it. If I can't double or triple my money, I won't do it. We found that we pay 70, 80, 90% on stuff we want to grade, and a lot more comes in the door. That's why we get $30,000 of stuff on a Tuesday. So if I can make 20% on $30,000 every day, I'd much rather do that than make 50%, but nobody wants to bring me anything. They want to bring me $1,000 worth of stuff a day.
Oh, that makes perfect sense.
The more fair you are, the more stuff that will come to you for sure.
I get it. I totally get it. That makes perfect sense. So the smaller margin, but when they accumulate, gets you to that goal point.
Yep.
Getcha. That makes perfect sense. Huh. I really like it. So I do want to talk about Whatnot just a little bit. I'm very new to it myself. I downloaded it about 2 days ago to check out some auction because Poke Knowledge talked about it, and I finally got caught up in his video, and I'm like, not for me. And I,
Yeah.
haven't logged in back since. Do you? Because a lot of my audience pretty a little bit confused about it as well, and me too. Can you explain what is it a little bit? What do you do in it? And can anybody use that app to buy, sell, and so
Sure,
forth?
sure. I'll run you right through it. So basically, there's two sides of Whatnot. You have the side that's anybody can sign up for Whatnot and list a sealed Battle Styles booster box and want to sell it. Anybody can do that interface. Anybody can buy from that interface. The other interface is the live auctions. So I don't know. I wasn't part of the process of us getting on there. I know not my partner, but my manager had been working on it for a while, trying to get on there. They really bet you. They want to have happy customers. So I wasn't really part of that process. So I can't speak to how long that takes to be able to do the live sales and breaks. But we do the live sales and breaks. We do it different than most other people that are on there. If you sign onto the Whatnot app, you might see that most people are just doing like, oh, we're doing packs. You buy a pack, you bid on the pack, I open the pack, I send you the cards. Or we're opening a first edition Team Rocket box, you bid on a pack, you get the card, we open the pack, and we send it to you. What we do is just like you see our auction every Saturday and Sunday night, we're selling things. We use it as a collectibles auction. So we're just sitting there, we're showing you, here's this slab. Okay, it's at $10. Okay, it's $11. Okay, it's at $12. All right, it sold for $20. All right, $20. It runs your card right then and there. It charges you $3.50, and we have it shipped by the end of the day. So you're seeing the item that you're getting, whether it's a raw card, graded card, or a pack. We're sending it to you right then. If you buy more items, it puts it all together in one cart for you, and we ship it all together for you.
Gotcha. Okay. So I do want to ask you a little bit about the Whatnot app, because there's consumers like me who haven't used it, and there's other people that probably never heard of it before. Are you getting the same benefits of not perhaps listing on eBay than perhaps using that app, because it's more of an outreach when you list on eBay? Is it the
Yeah,
same, almost the same benefits here and there?
it's the big thing with Whatnot is it's a social media app. It's
Okay.
combining eBay with Instagram. We're sitting here, we're having a dialect, there's a chat going on. You hear me just like this on the camera, showing you this, talking to you, making jokes. So when you do end up paying more, sometimes you're paying for entertainment. So people do pay more for packs that are being opened. With us, we just sell items and have that same fun time. So people are getting a discount because we're doing an auction. It's not like a buy it now for eBay, but it allows us every minute we're selling an item. So basically, if I can go, like this weekend, we went 24 hours straight. Well, that means every minute I sold an item worth between $20 and $500. I'm able to move through some stuff, even if it's at a discount. Those customers will see how fast we ship. They'll enjoy our product and they'll come back again. So it really just bridges that gap between my Instagram followers and my eBay followers and our auction people. We get them all into one room. Sometimes there's a bidding war. It's about pride, and some stuff goes for maybe a little bit above market. But those guys are happy to do it. They're sitting there and they want to win. It doesn't really matter if it was worth $120 and they paid $130. They're just happy to own it. They were happy to have the entertainment. We sit there all night with them. So it's kind of you'll have to get on there and bid. It's very clean. Like as soon as you bid, it charges your card. There's no going back and paying an invoice. You don't have to worry about anything as a consumer. It just gets all taken care of right from your phone.
So it seems like people are paying based on the seller being vetted a little bit
Yes.
more, and they're paying more for entertainment. Okay.
Sure, especially on the pack breaking. Like I said, we don't do much pack breaking on there, but you could go buy a Hidden Fates pack for maybe $12, $13 on TCG Player and open it yourself, but people might pay $20 to have it open right then and there. That instant gratification. With our stuff, like I said, we're doing mostly singles, sealed packs, and slabs all at once, and we just ship it to you. So I think people are really getting a good deal. that's what we try to do, is offer a good deal. Sometimes they'll bid a little too much, and we'll even tell them, hey, slow down on this one, guys. I don't want to be greedy, you know, this isn't worth that. Let's slow it down here. But it's all about having fun. I mean, it really is. We've been having a good time. My voice is almost gone because I've been going live for 10 hours a night on top of a
That
big
is
12-hour
amazing. That is amazing, because I was doing, I work from 8 to 5, and then I stream from 6 to whenever. And after that stream, I was telling my audience, like, I gotta go, guys. I'm done. I am done. That is amazing. And I lost my voice, I think last week when I was doing a stream. I said, you guys, I gotta go. I was about to do a do my folders and just do my binders, showing it to them. I thought it was like, I'm ready for a 4-hour stream. The voice just died within like an hour, and I had enough. That is amazing. So go you. Go you. But I do notice that you do have a lot of particular cards in stock, right? Because I remember looking for a Bellsprout just to do the giveaway, and you guys were sold out a little bit for 9.5 Bellsprout. And I think we gave it about 2 more weeks. You guys got it in yourself. So I'm assuming that you're buying collections, getting it graded, and then just listing it on
so
eBay and so forth.
Currently we have I don't ever go back and count because CGC doesn't like check in everything, and Beckett doesn't check in everything right away. Like, we have stuff from a year ago at Beckett that hasn't been checked in. CGC is probably 3 to 4 months behind on checking in, but right now I think we have between like 20 and 30,000 cards out at grading. It could be more. I really don't know. I know it's at least 20 to 25,000. So there's kind of always a constant stream of slabs coming back. And we don't think of that as too much because of our reach. You know, we have 5,000 people that bid on our auction. We have 7,500 people on Instagram. We have a couple thousand people on Whatnot that all participate. So if everybody just gets 3 of those, you know, we're just kind of spreading the wealth. Not to mention on eBay, we're kind of shipping globally through there. So, you know, we tend to, like yesterday, I had 700 slabs come in. We got through half of them in one day. The people, they're starting to realize that you can kind of stockpile this stuff. It's another asset that over time appreciates. So the more you have, the US dollar is going down every day since the beginning of time, and assets have gone up. Whatever those assets are have gone up over time. So I think people are starting to look at it maybe more as a little bit of an investment. So they'd like to just, any good deal they see, kind of pick it up and throw it in the box and hide it away for a couple years.
Gotcha. So for example, you sold me this Bellsprout. Oops, I think I'm echoing. Let me know if I'm echoing, you guys. But you sold me this Bellsprout. I think I paid about $40 or $35. I think it was $35 for it.
Let me see. Go back.
I did not want to show the price.
No,
I did not want to. It was back then in February.
Yeah.
I think I paid $35 for it. So with shipping, with PayPal fees, with eBay fees, I'm pretty sure there's listing fees and PayPal fees. What is the profit margin on something like this? If you don't mind me asking.
No problem at all.
Okay.
So the CGC grading at the time was between $6.80 and $7.50. So you have the $7.50. You're paying about $5 in eBay fees total on that transaction. Plus you got to ship it for $4 and you have your dollar box. So you're $10 in fees and shipping, and then you have your $7 for CGC grading. So we're into about $17. So the way I look at it, people are like, oh, all that, and you made $18. Well, the way I look at it is I sold a first edition Bellsprout for $18. When I sent them off, I sent out 5,000 first edition jungle cards all at once. So if I made $17 a piece times everyone. Now, mind you, some came back 8.5s, some came back 9s, a couple pristines. But so we probably made an average of $10 a piece times 5,000 on that box of cards. And they were all mint. It was from an excellent collection that we actually had to pay a lot of money for. But it was just a guy that had opened first edition Jungle Box after first edition Jungle Box after first edition Jungle Box 20 years ago. So we kind of look at it like I grade Pikachu V promos because if I can grade them and get $4 for them when all the fees and stuff are done instead of $1 now, that's worth it to us. A lot of people don't go through all that hassle to make that extra little bit of money. We tend to not only are we benefiting from it financially, but our customers are actually very happy that we just have it because nobody else is willing to do it. So we're kind of
That's
filling
very
a
true.
void in the collector world. There's nobody else that's grading double Vs, you know, but there are people that want them. So I had to send 100 of them off because my customers would be sad if they couldn't complete their set because nobody wanted to send off a double. So I think we're
Gotcha.
filling a void in the collector world. That's kind of what we're trying to do on when it comes to Pokemon
Gotcha.
grading.
Gotcha. And also, you also do have the capital, right? Not a lot of collectors or just people that are stepping in because you've been in the business, you've been doing this for quite a while. You do have the capital to grade like 8,000 or 30,000 cards. The thing is that, you know, a lot of people don't know if they will have the patience to do so to make $18 profit. And that's worries me because once oh, Jody says there's some echo from Travis Sai. Headphones or lowering the volume would fix the issue. Hopefully the
I don't
echo's
know if
not
I
that bad.
What was that? You said it's not that bad for you. I might have a
Oh,
microphone I can go grab.
okay, cool. We'll do that. Yeah,
Okay,
there
I'll
is
grab a
definitely an echo.
microphone.
I hear myself. Okay.
You want me to grab a microphone?
Yeah, let's do
Okay,
that.
I'll be right back.
He'll be right back, you guys. I'm sorry about that. I just do not I'm pretty sure I hear the echo. That means that you guys probably have the echo too. Because I think it's just transmitting towards his audio and it goes towards mine. But anyways, let me go here. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I think this is such a big seller. I'm pretty excited if you guys want to learn about how to make perhaps grading cards, selling cards, see if there's profit margin, if it's worth it to you guys. But I think that was really, there you go. He got his little mic. I was hoping he'll bring back Pickle.
Oh no, Pickle's on the whatnot stream.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's so cute. That is
Setting
so
up
cute.
this device. Let's see if we have any luck. I am not the tech savvy one here by any means.
Oh, same here. Hey, Fighter, how are you? By the way, you guys, since we are waiting, package update. Let me know if you got your package yet, please. I have been terrible at sending out tracking, but I do look here and there. I know Nathan got delivered yesterday. Fighter, I don't know. Jody, I think you got yours, if I'm correct. The first packet, at least. Let me know. Package update. Hey, Toronto.
Is that better there?
Yeah, I think so. I can hear you a lot better too.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, a lot better. Cool. So what I was saying, that going twice is no joke, definitely big time. Oh yeah, you guys are such big time.
Thank you,
So
Jody.
there you go. Got my package today. Perfect. Thank you. So the thing is that, you know, it's what I'm worried about is that when because you guys sent in about 30,000 cards or 3,000 cards, right? A small collector might not see $18 is worth it. One, they don't have that capital. Two, they probably don't have the patience. You guys have a business and a huge outreach to do so. So that's a little bit tougher, a smaller collector, just a smaller person that's trying to open up a business to do this. But now I see. Gotcha.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I think there's definitely a lot of people have a misconception of when they're going to be charged. So they send stuff to, they're like, oh, I can't send 1,000 cards to PSA because I don't have, at the time, $9,000. You know, it was $9 a card. And you really got to understand and look at the fine print. Well, PSA doesn't charge you until the cards are coming back. So
that's when you know the upcharge as well, which I will know later on.
Yeah. So there's a big misconception on when CGC and PSA and Beckett are charging you. So you do have some time. So I think if you have stuff that you think is worthy of grading, you know, whatever it means, beg, borrow, and steal. You know, if you're going to make money on it, you're going to get charged from PSA. You're going to get the cards a week later. You're going to be able to sell the cards in order to get that back. So I think that's kind of how we started out with it. It's like we didn't have the capital we have now this whole time. We were just willing to take that chance. And I think there's a lot of guys that are just normal guys at home that are taking that chance too. If you really want to be serious about buying and selling collectibles, you got to kind of take those chances, even if it's on a smaller level and you say, well, I want to send off 100 cards. Now it costs $2,500 to grade it. Well, when it's coming back, you know you're going to get your grading fee back out of it. So you're going to pay $2,500 then all day long. You're going to be able to get your $2,500 back in a reasonable time frame. but you got to kind of take that leap of faith. And the more people that do that, the longer and the better the Pokemon market's going to be. You know, we're all invested together, just like Bitcoin, just like any other cryptocurrency. If we're all in it together, it can't go down. Everything is worth what somebody's willing to pay. So if you have a bunch of money into these things, you're going to continue to love them, collect them. I wouldn't be so worried. A lot of people are just worried about, oh, if I send off this card, it comes back in a year, what's it going to be worth? Well, it's going to always be worth what you paid to grade it. That's been true from PSA since the beginning of time, with even sports cards. I mean, the player could get absolutely injured and not be a star anymore, do something bad, and you pretty much always get your grading fee back out of it. So I think it's worth the leap of faith for anybody that's on the fence about sending off 100 cards, 500 cards. If they're worth money now, they're going to be worth money in a year.
Yeah, that's true. Well, with me, because I bought these cards, the cards that I sent out to the grading company, back then they were like pennies on the dollar, right? Very, very
Yeah.
cheap, like $1, $2. I got that. So regardless, I know I will make my money if I decide to sell. I don't know. I haven't thought about it yet, but regardless, I still have thousands and thousands of cards sitting here that, yes, I do need somebody to eventually get them graded. So I'm considering perhaps if I do sell, because I made a deal with my local card shop, and he said, I know I sent it through him, and he has a couple shop in like Los Angeles and here, and he said, well, you can use my shop, display some of the cards. When it comes back, I get 25%, so that's how you'll be paying me for the fees. But also I was thinking about perhaps getting a bigger outreach like you guys, and for you guys to sell my cards, and perhaps I can get more rather than a local card shop who's just display the card and you sell it in Orange County. So I was thinking about that, but we will definitely be in touch. We'll
Sure,
definitely
sure.
be in touch. I'm
Happy
pretty
to help.
excited for that. I buy from Going Twice all the time, an auction site. Very nice. Very,
Nice.
very nice. Very nice. So you do own a shop, as I recall, a little store.
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
it's absolutely full. There's there's 12 of us working in a 1,200 square foot space. I mean,
Wow.
there's just an insane amount of packages going out. Every office is full with people photoing, shipping, cataloging. We have another warehouse, but all the employees, because it's kind of a nicer shop in a nicer area, everybody likes to be here. They don't want to spread out and go over to the warehouse. So we all have fun here. We have, everybody eats lunch a lot together and stuff. So I think it's a good time, everybody. I think everybody that does work here has a good time, and that's important to us. It seems like me and Dan are the ones that are stressed out because we're the ones that have to work the 12, 16-hour days. So they kind of miss a lot of the behind the scenes when they leave, when the store closes. But it's certainly fun. We appreciate them. We do everything in our power to give them as much money as we absolutely can. I think they're happy. I think we're going to continue to grow, and they're going to continue to be happy. That's important to us. Like we told them 5 years ago when we started the auction company, you stick with us, it's going to pay dividends. You stick with us through the hard times, making minimum wage for X amount of time. We were able to grow into this thing, and now it's their time to get rewarded, those that stuck with us through that. So we think that's very important, is the loyalty factor. And people that are just now joining the staff, same thing goes for them as we move forward. The longer you stick with us, the more we want to reward you and build a team around us so we can continue to grow.
Gotcha. And I'm a firm believer, if you do the right thing, the people will stand by you. And that's what I firmly believe. I do have a question. Are you concerned perhaps all the slabs are coming back, all the graded cards are coming back eventually? Are you concerned about those type of competition, as in the new collectors and everybody that's coming back? Are you concerned about that competition entering the market compared to how many cards that you have in inventory right now?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not scared at all when it comes to Pokemon because of that margin. We bought in at the right times, like you were saying. You have the stuff for maybe pennies on the dollar. I went around before the boom all last summer. I worked 18-hour days. I drove around the entire country, and we spent a residual. We spent over the summer. We spent $1 million on Pokemon, just residually. We sold some stuff to continue to fund that habit. But we ended up having a lot of the lower dollar stuff, a lot of 50-cent mint condition, first edition jungle stuff, mint condition, first edition fossil. And so we sent all that off. So I'm into it at the right price. The grading fee at the time was $7.50 for Pokemon. So I'm not concerned one bit, but I'm also not concerned about Pokemon going down to the levels where people are worried, people bring in whole CGC orders to me, 300 cards, and I
Mm-hmm.
gladly give them, 3 times their money that they spent on the stuff. So I think there's plenty of room still. Everybody that I was telling people to, I was kind of like mentoring some people over the
Okay.
last 8 months. I was saying, hey man, this Pokemon thing's really going well. It's booming. Send this stuff off. Getting them into Pokemon. They sent it off. They sent it off and then they sold it all to me, and they tripled their money or quadrupled their money over that time on just, maybe some outside the box type thinking stuff to grade. So I think it's still strong when I'm still buying it for, $20, $25, $30 a slab for stuff that they bought raw for $1 to $5 a card. I think it's still
Correct.
pretty strong. So I don't think there's a whole lot of concern. Not to mention, like we talked about before, I do think people are willing to spend maybe 10% more with me in the long run on my eBay, as opposed to somebody that has low feedback, that just jumped into the game,
Correct.
because they know what they're getting from us.
Oh, yeah.
I know that's not always true, because we do offer a lot of really good deals, and it seems like we're the best price on a lot of stuff. But if worse came to worse, I think we have a loyal following that would kind of go with us if slabs kind of drop down to that $20 range, $15 range where you're breaking even. I do think they would help us out with that and kind of weigh some of the burden and buy 10, 20 at a time. So we have that kind of
Gotcha.
backup, and we've worked on that really hard. When I get an Instagram message, I do my absolute best to reply to them all. Every night I'm up at 2 a.m. going through my phone while laying in bed, just making sure everybody got dealt with. So I think it's how you run your business is how you're going to get rewarded. So we're really hands-on,
Exactly.
so that we're not
Absolutely.
worried about it one bit.
Absolutely. So from what I'm understanding, it's something that I've always knew. It just now I'm conveying it to the people that watch me. The people that are making the most money is that when they bought into that dip, right? And that's what you confirm what I just said. They buy into that dip, and they're like, well, it's not like stock. Well, you're right. It's not like stock, but that's just how you make money. It's
Yeah.
marketing, and it's way that you make money. You buy into the dip, you buy and know when to sell. And that's when people ask me, are you buying right now? I'm like, no, I'm not. Well, don't get me wrong. If someone comes up and give me a really great deal, of course I will buy. But
Yeah.
I will probably not buy in most cases where someone says, here's some modern cards, pay me for this much. I go, no, I'll wait for a little bit. So
Sure.
now I know that really did confirm me. Okay, so from what I'm understanding is that regardless when the slabs do come back is because when you bought lower than the others, you're okay with just competing with other people on the market because you
Yeah.
still make profit regardless. Okay. Okay,
And
that makes perfect sense.
just to touch on that too, we
Okay.
like to pride ourselves on thinking outside the box. So when
Okay.
everybody else was saying, "Oh, it's only worth grading hollows," I was grading
Okay.
base unlimited. I was grading base unlimited commons that nobody else graded. So we kind of target those things that nobody else is touching on. Obviously I'm not gonna give up all my secrets of what we're doing today, moving forward, because that would kind of spoil the surprise in a year from now when we start getting those back. But I think the most important thing is to think outside the box on what you're grading. I think my biggest mistake last year was when it cost $20 to grade jumbo cards. I only maybe sent off 100, and if I would have sent off 10,000, we would have made, easily $2 million on it all day long. Jumbo cards, anybody that's going to have them, they're super cool. Like, it's so underrated to have a nice big jumbo Charizard sitting on the back of your shelf there. And if somebody could have sold it for $50, they would be tripling their money or doubling their money. It was just a big miss on my part. So if somebody would have thought outside the box, said, I'm going to send off jumbo cards when it was at $20 a piece to grade them, I think they would have done so great. I at the time I thought about it, just didn't have enough time. And now that's come and gone. It costs $45, $60 to grade them. And so it's just the market's not there for it. So you just kind of find that outside the box thinking, and you grade maybe a set that nobody else is grading, maybe a cheaper card that nobody's grading yet. And you're kind of able to do that. And you don't take that risk. You don't buy $50 cards and send them off for a year, because that'd be too much money tied up. You buy $1 cards and you send them off for a year.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. I think, I'm catching on a lot of how people sell, and I don't want them to divulge a lot of secrets. And stop me when I try to ask these type of questions. But stop me. I do want to know myself. And oh, we got a question here. That's a lot of money. It is. There's level to this hobby, and there's a card for every level of collector. That is true. That
Exactly.
is true. That is true. Oh, is there a grading company that you suggest to send in cards since PSA isn't accepting grades? Oh, that's a good question. While you do that, I'm gonna exit real quick. I'm gonna see some of my jumbo cards. 1 second.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, guys. I think CGC is the most consistent, the harshest graders, but they're also very backed up as well. So if you're looking for something maybe a little faster, I send to CGC. So I'll just tell you that right now. With PSA being closed, I send to CGC. But I think the 60-day Beckett might be sneaky. Like I think Beckett's starting to get caught up, and everybody wrote off Beckett because they were so far behind. That 60-day Beckett is a good price point, and it could be faster. They say it's taking a year, but by the time it gets caught up, it might be only 6 months or 3 months. So I wouldn't sleep on Beckett 60-day for a cheap alternative to PSA. But right now I'm using CGC. We have a good relationship with them where we send thousands of cards. I know the stuff's going to get there. I know it's going to get checked in. That's important to me. I know I'm going to get the same cards back. Beckett, I don't have that same comfort with them just because they take so long to check stuff in. But I think Beckett could be sneaky and a lot faster than those turnaround times are. Not right now. They're way behind now, but in 6 months, because everybody wrote them off, they might be getting caught up. So it might be worth the shot of that 60-day Beckett.
Gotcha. I do have a question to ask you. Oh, by the way, I found some of my jumbos. Oh, where's the other one that I have? Look at this.
Don't you want those graded in slabs? That'd be so cool. PSA slabs.
Travis, I have so many cards. I sent 8,000. I sat down, and it took me 1 month to get all these cards. Finally sent them to grading, and I'm having a little bit of a panic attack because one of my friend Gary did a YouTube video, and he's like, "Oh my God, all these upcharge," and I'm like freaking out, right? And I'm just like, "Well, the money that I sent to the grading company, I could make a down payment to a darn house." So I'm kind of freaking out, but I'm trying to make myself feel a little tad better because before I sent, they raised up their price. So I made myself. I've never been a person that grade, and I'm very upfront to my viewers. Never sent to grading, but I don't regret it. I do not regret it whatsoever because I use that capital to hoard more cards, a lot of stuff. So now I'm, heading on to grading. So I'm learning, but I mean, yeah, eventually.
Eventually,
But it's give and take, and I did have a lot of capital, and back then where I was like, maybe I should start to grade my cards, and I said no. Guess what I did? I bought more collections and I bought more booster boxes.
Yeah, so I think it's important to like the card shop you're using, like you were saying that you had to pay money up front. You can kind of do both if you set up your own PSA account. You can send the stuff and you wait a whole year to pay. So you kind of get to keep your capital moving, making you money in
correct
while you're waiting. You can still buy the house and get the cards. So I think that's important. I think as you get used to it.
It's tough. It's tough because regardless of, but I'm in the same boat as you, and that's why I'm trying to figure out for new collectors like Base Boo Boy is going to ask the next question, right? Because we are very lucky to buy. I mean, you had the capital, and you said it on stream, $1 million, right? To buy the cards back then, where the pennies on the dollar, right? A dollar for fossil cards. I don't think you can get that nowadays.
No.
But you have the capital to do so, and regardless of what they come back, right? I will make the profit because I've been doing it. I've been collecting for so long. But what I'm trying to figure out is if someone asks me a question like, look, Baseball Boy, I've been in the hobby for a year, okay? And I want to grade my cards and I want to be in the business just like Travis. What's the best way? And then because I'm sitting there, $18, but if you have 300 of it, right, times, and you have the outreach, you'll make money. But for a new collector, what is the best way? So I'm
The,
still trying to figure that out.
the,
Oops, the thing just fell.
the best way for a new collector, this is, I stand by this, I do it still, you know, and we have the capital to grade and buy whatever we want at this point, is to buy things that include promos, take the promo out, and sell the packs to break even. Okay, so if you have a 4-pack Hidden Fates tin, you're gonna take the Charizard off the top, you're gonna send it off to grade, and you're gonna sell the packs, try to get all your money back out of the 4 packs, and then you have a free card at grading that you're not even gonna pay for grading for 1 year from now. And you continuously do that. You have ETBs you can do that with. You have all different kinds of pin sets, things. We grade all sorts of promos. The other thing is go and try to buy collections and try to break even before you consider grading anything. Get your money back on the best stuff.
That's a good
and
strategy.
grade the lowest end stuff. We like I said, we didn't have $1 million to spend last summer. I just spent $1 million. What I did is I bought a $20,000 collection. I sold $20,000 worth of stuff with it, and I sent the profit in cards off to grading. So I'm into those for zero, and then again, and then again, and again. So you just continuously do that. You can go find on OfferUp right now. You find a $300 collection that has a Charizard that's worth $280. Sell the Charizard for $280. You have 50 other cards to grade. Send those off to grading. You're only into those cards for $20. Well, over a whole year, that doesn't add up to a whole lot of cost. So you're into the cards for almost nothing is the idea. If you're trying to be in the business of it, don't tie up all your money in the big stuff. Tie up your money in the small cards that add up over time.
Gotcha. Thank you. That's such great feedback. I'm going to see, this is what I do. I do box break, but I practice what I preach, right? The people that pay for me, they get their promos, they get their bulk, they get their code cards because it adds up, you guys. This is what I've been telling you guys. It adds up. And I tried. I don't know if I will include energy cards into that, but I'm probably not energy cards. But when it comes to promos, that's why I told you guys, be greedy. Be greedy. It adds up fast. And that's when there's a lot of people that do their box break. They're overpaying. They're not even keeping their promo cards. I'm like, whoa, what's going on? Thank you. That confirmed it. I'm going to go back to some of the questions.
Sure.
Let me go here. I've been in this hobby for a year. Do you think it's a bad time to really buy? Should I wait another couple of years until it cools down before I continue to pick up cards? That's a heavy question, but take a shot at it.
Sure. I
want to know your opinion.
I'm not a finance expert at all either, but as you'll look at the US dollar, okay, and what continues to happen with the US dollar, cards don't necessarily have to be going up. So how do I explain this? It's hard to say. So like let's just pick a card value right now. Like a PSA 8 first edition Krabby might sell for $35 now. Okay, so you have a $35 card now, and if you buy that card, or you could buy a pizza with it. Okay, so you can buy the card or you can buy a pizza. Okay, if you leave the $35 in your bank account, and in 5 years, you will not be able to buy a pizza again or the card, okay, for the $35. But if you would have bought the card and you would have kept it for those 5 years, that card's now going to be worth $80, but it might cost $80 for a pizza. So your dollar, US dollar, went down in value. You were able to buy less with your dollar. But with the card, you were able to still sell it for the $80 and go buy the pizza. So you bought the card. It didn't go down in value. It still is worth one pizza, but the US dollar is not. So I don't think there's a bad time to buy any asset. If you look at all assets besides, you have your few outliers like Beanie Babies, NASCAR cards. You have a few things that over time have gone down instead of up. But overwhelmingly, all assets and collectibles have gone up in the last 40 years in the United States because of inflation. So it doesn't mean that the card went up in value. It just didn't go down in value like your dollar does. So if you have extra money to spend, instead of going out to the bar with your friends on Saturday night, much better to buy the Krabby than eat the pizza.
That's really funny. One, assuming the Krabby goes up, right? And two, assuming...
But what I'm saying is all things will go up because $80 will seem so cheap in 5 years. They'll say, of course, it costs $200 just to get a card graded in 5 years. We're talking on mass inflation. Let's say on a smaller level, the card only goes up $5 in the next 5 years, but grading costs will go up more than that. So I think it's super safe just because the US dollar becomes worth less, the price of things go up.
Okay. I'll leave it like that. Gotcha. Thank you. Do you think PSA will become overloaded when they open back up? Will they close again? Are you gonna go back, or are you just gonna mainly use CGC for now?
I don't send anything to PSA for more than I've never sent a card to PSA for more than like $12. You know, we've always gotten in on those monthly specials, the old bulk price. Every once in a while we'll do it. We did an express at $50 or $75, but that was super rare. So I don't think at the $25 price point, and that's what it was before, it might go up from there. I don't think I'll be sending a whole lot of stuff at that $25 price point. In fact, I don't send any high-end stuff to them because they do upcharge. So like my first edition Charizards, I got them graded at Beckett for $250 plus insurance. Maybe you're out the door for $400, and we got a 9 in the middle of October. So it was at the height of it. Well, PSA would have charged me $5,000 and Beckett charged me $400. So if you're looking at a way to save money, why send it to PSA? Yeah, the PSA card might have sold for $5,000 more, but that's just, you know, you're just, you know, turning your head. You're gonna have to pay fees on that extra $5,000 and taxes on that extra $5,000. So I think on high-end cards, Beckett's definitely gonna be, unless PSA changes their rules on upcharges and price points. I mean, that's why Gary, I watched that video as well, where Gary rejected.
He was so pissed. It was
because you can't give 10% to the company, and they've never upcharged like that before for Pokemon for years and years.
I'm having a heart attack listening to this. So we'll see. The good thing is that they'll give me my grade. I'll be like, deny, send me back my grades.
but like we'll you said, you're into it so good. Though remember, you're into it so good. So if they're upcharging you, that means it's worth a lot of money, and then you can sell it.
Look, I'm very frank. I'll be frank with you. Okay, so yes, you're right. I mean, grading will always go up, right? But to me, and just going out of the conversation, right? It's probably gonna be about 80,000+ that I have to set for my grading. But I can sell 1 or 2 cards, or probably maybe 20 cards, and it'll probably pay half, or maybe even there, right? If I get lucky enough to get a 10, because I did send them some really high end cards. But we will see. We will see. I mean, 8,000 is a lot.
Well, as long as Pokemon's still doing good, you just send me the cards. I'll give you the 80,000 up front. We'll pay for it right out of our own pockets.
That's really funny. My mom
we'll sell it for you.
My mom made a joke. I don't think it was a joke. I take that back, but she uses it as a joke from now on. She's like, if anything ever happens to you, honey, your $200 collection sounds good. I'm like, no, mother, it's not $200. Do not sell it. She goes, I'll put it at a garage sale. Oh my God. Hey, Jake, how are you?
So auction companies like us will give you a cash advance. So if that burden is too much, and we said it takes about 4 weeks to get it sold. Well, you have $80,000 in those cards, and you just said they're worth, well over that. You send them to somebody like me. I'll send you the 80,000 up front, and then we pay you the difference once they sell for more. So if they sell for 150,000, we'll send you the other 70,000 when it's all said and done, and we've sold them. But yeah, there's that's the part about the money thing. People start to worry about the money is if the stuff ends up being worth money. There's auction companies like me all over the country that will write you a check up front if you're willing to sell it with them on a cash advance.
Gotcha. Do they grade Shadow Lugia? I need it in a PSA 10. What?
Like a base unlimited Lugia?
Oh, this.
The jumbo card. I didn't grade any. No. Like I said, I missed the boat on the jumbo cards. I wish I would have sent off a lot more than I did.
Hey, this one's actually in pretty nice shape. To be honest with you, when I got this back then, it was like $8. I was stupid enough to think it was a regular card, and they sent it to me. I'm like, okay.
On like on TCG Player or something?
On eBay. I was nice. Okay, there's the economics. I do have another couple of questions about like the junk slab and here and there, but we're gonna go focus on the questions. So I'm pretty interested in this. Do you think that because of the right here. Do you think that because of the high volume these companies are receiving that the grading standard suffers a bit? Oh, that's a good question.
The grading standards have gotten tougher because of it. And I can attest to this. I think there's a lot of push for like CGC and PSA and Beckett saying just err on the side of caution and move on. If it looked like it could be a 10, maybe a 9, they just say, okay, it's a 9, move on. Maybe it's a 9. So I don't think the standards are suffering. I think the standards are improperly. We've had some misgraded cards that we had to send back in for review and they did get the bumps. So I think it's the opposite of what you're thinking on as far as the standard suffering. I think they're overgrading stuff between all of them. And the thing that really makes me, I'm in the business of this, but as a community, I think everybody should be outraged that they're raising the price, but they're not spending more time on each card. They're raising the price of grading, but they're not spending more time on each card. Their cost didn't increase to grade the card. They're paying the employee the same amount. So I think that's really the outcry that really needs to be done. I think if you're going to charge 3 times what you charged a year ago, that you should spend 3 times on each card to make sure the grade is correct. And that's across the board. BGS, PSA, CGC, they can reach out to me and be mad about it later. But I think if you're going to charge 3 times what you charged 1 year ago, you either should be paying your employees 3 times as much or letting them spend 3 times as long on each card. It's that simple. It's not a let's get caught up fast kind of thing. Well, you're charging people 3 times as much. Give them their money's worth. Where they used to go through, an employee would go through 50 cards in 1 hour. Now, because you're charging 3 times as much, he can take his time, go through 15 cards in that same hour.
Okay, but I think it's a little bit of you're assuming that it's going to be the same employees. They're probably using that cost to perhaps hire more employees, competent or not. Who do we know, right? So perhaps they're just kind of rushing production to me. This thing keeps falling down.
But they're big. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. The big thing, though, is their cost per card is staying the same as far as what it costs to slab it, what it costs one person to grade it. I understand they're growing as a business, but it's the owners that at the end of the day are making out on this. I would either want to see the employees I know they're giving out signing bonuses across the board, trying to get people on. And it's not their fault that there's so much demand. I would just like to see consistency not go out the window because they're like, oh, this is so good. Let's get as much of it done as we can. I'd like to see them just kind of step back. Let's slow it down now. We're charging people a fair amount. We can go slow now. Because when PSA was charging $7, they couldn't afford to go slow. At $7, they were losing money if they went slow. Now they can take their time. There should be no errors. That's just my opinion on it.
Gotcha. Pokenomics, I'm going to read this. Inflation is a little bit complicated because it gets affected by the rate of technological change, creating more efficiency, leading to cheaper items, offsetting the printing. Exactly.
Sure, absolutely.
Exactly. Are you going to do a massive PS? I hope so. I do. If this channel is still active when I get my darn cards back. But yeah, we'll see. We will see. We will see. I would like to hear this. Exactly. So I'm sure you heard of the terms junk slab, right?
Sure.
But the thing is that I think I figure out what what your tactic is. I figure it out. I do. I think I did. I'm pretty sure you've answered it in some ways. Basically, you get the product for a lower price. You break even on the packs. And then by the time, the packs will cover the grading. So by the time that you get that card graded back, it's already profit regardless of what you sell it for. I'm pretty sure that's what I got it on.
I look at every single card as just the cost of grading. You need to be in the profit at the end of each year on the stuff you sold, draw cards, packs, doing shows, all the miscellaneous or the fast turnaround grading, like you sent off your high-end stuff for 2-day grading and you turned it. Your money didn't sit for very long. You got it sold in 2 weeks instead of the whole year. So yeah, everything I have at PSA, I just look at it as, okay, I'm into it $10. That's $9 to grade it or whatever, $7.50 to grade it, the shipping. We're in each card $10.
Correct. So that's very smart, right? Compared to a new collector who's in it for who knows, right? Trying to make a profit of their own. They wouldn't know how to do it. They will start at the bottom because by the time I get your model. I really like it. I'm definitely. Do you have? Can I have your permission to repeat this later on? Is that okay? Sure. Thank you.
Yeah.
So I do.
If we have money into a collection, I'm not sending off stuff to come back in 1 year from now.
Exactly. And hoping to get your money back. Exactly.
No, I'm going to have my money back and just take the risk on the grading fee.
Exactly. So that's his business model. I love it. See, he basically maximize everything first, and by the time the grading's already covered, and by the time the card comes back, it's pure profit regardless of what he sold, compared to an average collector who's totally new at this, open all these cards, open all these packs, and sending it hoping to get more in the return. That was the differences. Love it. So regardless of the junk slap era, it doesn't matter if that sits there. It's profit regardless of what it is. Regardless if it's $5, $10 to you, it starts to accumulate.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
we're fortunate enough to own it. That's how we look at it. It's like that's the haze in the barn. We've already made the money on those. We're on the new collections every day. So now today I buy a collection. I make a decision. Okay, how am I going to get my money back for this collection? And then okay, there's 20 cards extra that I can send off to grading. But I am going to get that money back first.
Gotcha. So compared to people who are absolutely new, they overpay for their grading fees, right?
Yeah.
Overpay for packs, open them, getting them, and that's where they lose the most profit because they do not know how to maximize what they have. Thank you. I'm learning every day. I love it. Love it. That's a really, Jake, good point. I didn't think about that one. That's actually pretty good. They're raising the price simply because they're able to get how many cards are being sent in as.
Sure.
It's a huge influx of cards sent in again when they open the doors. It's probably guaranteed they'll raise the price shortly thereafter.
Sure. Absolutely.
I hope not. Consistency with grading. Ha! That's the dream. Well, probably, but Ron Mason, what do you They're really funny. That's a hey, how are you? Hey Mason, how are you? Grading cards is too expensive for me though. I literally live paycheck to paycheck, bottom of the
Yeah.
It's been a weird old sense of huh? Yeah.
That's, if you're looking for really cheap stuff, that's why we grade that really cheap stuff. So not everything, not every slab needs to be $25 or more. We do sell $10, $15, $20.
Yes, you do. Oh, I do.
And I think that's important. I think, a kid needs to be able to get a slab in their stocking or for Easter or, cool graded card that they're not going to damage, they can hold over time. And I think that's why there's a market for what we grade specifically is that lower end, anywhere from $15 to $250 is really what we focus on. We do that because that's attainable for most collectors. Even if you're only at the $25 level, if you come to Going Twice, there is something you're going to be able to buy.
Gotcha. That makes perfect sense. So all the new collectors out there who are getting the cards back, wow. So wowzer. Tell me, Mason, similarly that modern crash. Tell me that modern will crash. Well, even if modern does crash, he has such a smart business model that it's already profit by the time it comes back. That is so smart. I'm going to repeat that one day. I'm sorry, not one day, but I'm actually going to repeat that now that I know. That's so funny. Thank you so much. I really appreciate this. I love doing this because you get to learn and you get to know here and there. So I'm pretty excited for this. Let me ask you, because I'm learning about sports cards myself.
Yeah.
How is the market for sports card? I heard it is crazy. I heard it is like not even Pokemon's not even a dent to the sports card market. No. Tell me about it.
Well, it's not only the amount of expensive cards and the sheer quantity and value. You have $1 million cards being sold every day. It's not just that. It's the mindset. The sports card world has bought into what I'm trying to tell you is that money goes down in value and items go up in value. It's been proven time and time, but the sports card market believes in that. So in Pokemon, everybody's a investor / collector. In sports cards, the investors / collectors, if they think a Luka rookie is a good deal at $500 for a base Luka rookie gem at 9.5, let's say, they don't just buy one; they're willing to buy as many at that price point as possible. Whereas Pokemon, people want to have one of everything. In sports cards, you'll go to these investors and they'll say, "Okay, well, here's my 200 Luka rookies. Here's my 200 Jordan rookies. Here's my two." They're willing to buy quantity of the exact same item. So everything's magnified. Whereas Pokemon, you don't see a lot of guys that are like, oh, here's my 30 BGS 9.5 Charizard VMAXs from Shining Fates. They want one of those, and they want one of the one from Champion's Path, and they want one from Evolutions. It's more of a one-of thing in Pokemon, whereas sports is magnified. They're willing to buy as many at that price point that they think is a good investment as possible and keep them and hold them.
Gotcha. I see that now. I mean, sometimes some people do believe in a card in Pokemon and they buy like a whole bunch of it just to.
Yeah.
And also some people that do buyouts here and there. So,
Yeah.
but I do see what you mean. Gotcha.
Yeah, the average sports collector I would say has multiple of the same card, high end card, whereas the average Pokemon collector might not. Not saying none
That's
of them
true.
do. There's guys like Gary that
That's true.
Gary's a
Oh, yeah.
financial genius. He said these are going to continue to go up in price. I'm going to buy every one I can. So I
Gotcha.
think it's definitely that balance of sports card people are just completely bought in. They look at it as a financial opportunity. It's not just about collecting to them. And it might be demographically, they're kind of an older group that maybe has that extra income in their life to put forth to this. I'm not saying Pokemon people are like making the wrong decision. Maybe they just can't make that decision right now. But in 20 years, they will start, okay, I think this is a good investment. I'll buy 10 of them or 15 of them and stock them away.
Yeah, I know nothing about sports card. I'm learning. Let's not even go to that Clipper thing again. But anyways, but I was so. I'm not even gonna go there. Me too, basic trainer. But what success is based on a player's success, but the Charizard can't say what gives. I have no idea. I have no idea what gives it up, what gives it down.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just watch these pack openings and they're nuts. Like I was telling people, people are thinking $110 or $200 for a booster box. My local card shop, one of them was selling like $6,000 a little box of briefcase. I'm like, oh my god!
Yeah.
And there was like 4 cards in there. That's it.
Yeah,
I was
so
like, shocked.
If you don't want to get caught up in the what if he gets hurt mentality of sports cards, of the ups and downs and the potential, what if he wins or loses, you go with the players that are going to hold their value against the test of time. Like, you got your Michael Jordans, you got your LeBron James, you got your Tom Brady's, you got your Mike Trouts, the greatest of all times. And there's a group of 30 to 50 guys that have never gone down. They've gone up since the day they started in the league, and they keep going up, and they've withstood the test of time. If Luka got hurt tomorrow and his career ended, Luka cards would go down over time. Trust me. So Luka's a high risk, high reward. You're talking about a guy that's one of the best players in the NBA. High risk, high reward. If he continues at the same rate, it'll continue to go up. Michael Jordan could go and slap a baby in the face tomorrow in the streets. His cards aren't going to go down. I'm telling you, Michael Jordan is that big. He's that big.
Well, let me go back to the former. If Luka tears his ACL, I'm not wishing anybody an injury, but
go Clippers.
But go Clippers, go Flippers. Oh my god, I was so embarrassed. You don't know, Travis, my phone went off after they lost game 2 yesterday. It just went off. People were trolling me.
Just needling
left
you.
Left and right. They were trolling me. And someone wrote, why would you abuse yourself like that being a Clippers fan? I was so funny. My roommate was like on it yesterday.
No.
And then I was so fun. But that's okay. They'll win in 6, right, guys? Clips in 6.
Clips in 6. You heard it here.
They're talking about from a standpoint of investing, is it better to hold a graded card than a mint raw card? Oh, that's a good question. Do you think there's a premium on non-graded cards in mint condition? Oh, that's such a good question. I want to know this as well.
Ooh, this is one of those secret
this is great
things.
because I have no. Okay.
I'll tell you.
Tons. All right, you guys.
So
Hear it
right
first
now,
on PokeGal's channel.
Right now, there's a huge opportunity to sell raw cards for more than the comp of, let's say, a PSA 9. And PSA isn't given many 10s. So, let's say you have Pack Fresh, Fossil Unlimited Moltres. I think on the open market, you'll get a better odds of return. If you had 20 of them and you had to sell all 20 or send all 20 to PSA at, $25 to $50 a card grading, I would right now in the current market sell them raw. I think you are getting a premium if you're looking to sell. Now, if you're looking to keep them, I think sending stuff off to get graded is the best plan. If you're looking at keeping something long term, send it the lowest tier level you can at PSA, Beckett, CGC. Wait that extra time. 90% of the time, they forget to upcharge you anyways. You might you'll slip in plenty of them. Don't worry. You'll be fine. You'll get some $500 cards graded for $25. Trust me, it'll happen. That's why Gary was so surprised, is because he'd been doing it for 20 years, sending stuff to PSA
They
and
caught
never got
on.
upcharged before. They started to catch on. But
They
so if
caught
you're
on.
looking to
I've
send off
heard.
high, yeah, for sure. We've experienced the same thing. But I would send them off, kind of a longer tier, and get them graded if you're planning on keeping them long term. But if you're looking to sell, I think right now on vintage, selling raw makes sense. And if you're selling modern, unless it's going to be like a BGS 10 type quality card, selling raw makes sense. Like a Charizard VMAX from Shining Fates is $280 on TCG Player, and it's $400 in a BGS 9.5. Why would you spend $100 and something to get it graded to make less money? Sell it raw.
Oh.
So it kind
Okay.
of comes out to the. I mean, it really is because the grading companies have raised their prices is the big reason behind most of it. But I think a lot of people are digging the raw stuff. So if you're looking to sell, there's nothing wrong with selling raw right now based on the current cost of grading and how long it takes to get back.
Thank you. Do you mind giving us an example of why you perhaps jump to that conclusion? I'm really curious now.
Sure. I mean, we've
okay.
noticed over the last 2 to 3 months, our raw cards, because in the past when I was selling my own raw cards, I like to send the really nice stuff off to grade, and we would sell kind of binder type copies on our auction, and we would show we show front and back, trying to show, hey, this is a binder type quality card. We don't ever put grade on it. We just try to put as best of photos as we can so you can see the condition. But over the last 2-3 months, we've had some good consignments come in on like high quality cards, and they've been doing better than, let's say, a CGC 8.5 of the same card. And I'm sitting there thinking, And so we did a test, and I just started putting my grading pile on the auction, and I noticed it was doing better than had I graded it, waited the year. They were doing a comparable amount. And so when it comes to a comparable amount, even if it's a little less right now, you would go with the right now price than waiting a whole year when they're close. Before, they weren't close at all. Before it was like a first edition jungle card was 50 cents and a graded one was 100. But now, maybe if I put a really nice mint first edition jungle card on eBay for $15, well, that's a lot closer than $1 to 100, $15 to 100. I might go with the 15 right now and not take the risk. There's somebody there to buy it. A lot of people are buying up this mint first edition stuff and mint vintage. So
in
that's
hope
just my
of getting that 10.
On the hope of getting that 10. You're selling the hope of it going maybe as a 10.
Exactly. Why people open packs in general in hope of getting that 10. But they don't know how hard it is to get that 10.
Sure is tough.
And they don't know how hard it's so tough to get that 10. And that's what they catch you on, right? That's what I've noticed. That's what they catch on. People just don't know. I see. Thank you so much, because I was about to get my binder. I have so many binders here, but I have to go to my room. I have an extra storage of Pokemon binder, but not because I was thinking, because I have more cards, but this is when I sell, right? I don't know if I'm going to sell or not. I've been buying, and I've been buying so much, but I recently bought a collection for, I think was 2,000. It was like mint, some modern cards, right, here and there. But I was thinking, should I grade it? And I was like, I haven't decided, but now I'm thinking twice. Thank you so much. I think they're just talking here. That's such a good question. Forgot an upcharge. I like it. That was the thing, how they did it before. I don't know if I'm sure you've noticed. They usually slipped in like a Charizard here and there in that bulk, and it gets away with it. But I think they caught on.
I don't know. I mean, it's kind of weird because they're still grading stuff. Like yesterday, we got or today we got a PSA order that had it was 175 first edition Shadowless cards. There was one PSA 10, and then the rest were all 9s, 8s, 7s. There were some cards I'm gonna send back for review. I think there was 20 other 10s in there that I'm like, okay, I'll pay to review these ones because they are 10s. I've been doing this a long time. These are 10s. They went a little too fast on this, so I'll send those back. But the rest of them are 9s, 8s, and then there was a PSA 10, and we didn't get upcharged on any of those. And so the value of those cards, all of them are $100 plus. Maybe the PSA 10 is probably $400, and the cap was $100, but they didn't catch that. So you're better off kind of asking for forgiveness on that one, because at the end of the day, it's really what you value it as. How are they going to prove what a first edition PSA 10 Magneton is? Gary said, I can make an argument that it's going down or that those weren't legit sales.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
it's at the end of the day, it's what you value it as. So I don't think there's
Exactly.
as many upcharges as you think, but if you're sending out first edition Charizards, first edition Lugias, you're going to get upcharged.
They would know. They would
The
know.
main hitters you're going to get caught on. But if you want to send a $150 card, or let's say a $300 card and the cap was $200, they're not going to nitpick over $100 over the cap. That's not going to be what they're after.
That's what I was told too. But you never. Hey, this is just. I don't know if this is true or not. This is just experience for you guys. So just big disclaimer. I don't want them to be like saying, I'll be like, hey, I heard this. No, just big disclaimer. Hey, how are you, Steve? How are you going? How are you doing to here? Send them hi. Is there a conspiracy of upcharge popular low pop cards? Ooh, that they had no choice. Okay. All right, we're going down the rabbit hole. I'm pretty is there a conspiracy to upcharge popular low pop cards that they know you have no choice but to pay up?
I don't know, because I think there's a lot more in Pokemon, because you said, like, you compared it to sports. Sports is so big. There's no room for any kind of funky stuff. There's no room for like shill bidding and fake sales. But in Pokemon, you got to really be very smart consumer. So if you're looking at a card and you say, oh, I saw 2 of them auction for this price, I'll pay this price for it. I think I'm getting a good deal. You got to really look at what's happening with Pokemon. And I think from October to January, you saw a lot of fake sales. So you had this inflated price, people were up bidding at PWCC and never paying. I was selling stuff there. We sold $250,000 worth of stuff at PWCC, and we had $90,000 not get paid for 1 month. So that's happening. It's not PWCC's fault. It's the people that are trying to run those items up to inflate the market.
Yes.
So you got to. Okay. So when you analyze whether Pokemon's even had a dip at all, you got to first say, well, were those numbers fake to begin with?
Yes.
Were we always where we're at now, and those numbers were fake? But I don't think there's a conspiracy. I think there is a lot of shill bidders on those low population cards, because maybe there's 5 of them, and they go, well, somebody's auctioning one, so I want theirs to go for a super high price, so mine's worth more. So they shill bid. That just means that they're bidding with a fake account with no intention of actually following through with the payment. And because Pokemon's such a small market compared to other collectibles, like comics is huge. Sports cards is huge. There's enough transactions happening that it weeds out those shill bids, because there's not as low population stuff. But Pokemon's not that way. There is a lot of pop 5s on PSA 10 cards. So it's not a conspiracy. It's more a shill bid. There's some shady stuff at work. So just kind of always make sure when you're buying, try to buy on auctions. Like, try to buy on the eBay auctions like ours, whatnot. Make sure there's a real human behind the computer across from you that's actually bidding on it. Try to vet it out. That's the best thing you can do on those low population cards.
Gotcha. Because a lot of people use a WCC as perhaps one of their a guide, right? They're saying, look, this sold, that means this is valid. But you're telling me now that I know that you are selling stuff on there that 90,000 did not get paid. Wow.
Yeah. And they advertise right when you can sign with them that maybe about 5 to 10% in value doesn't get paid for. But Pokemon happened to be a big chunk of that. So just be wary of it. Like I said, it's not PWCC's fault at all. Those guys,
no, not at all. Not at all.
Experience I've had with those guys is great. It's not like they screw you over. If you need a cash advance on something that didn't sell, or you were counting on the money, they make it right. And then they'll sell it the next month. So it's not anything like that. It's just be so mindful. I caught some people shill bidding some stuff. Maybe some bigger names than you would think would be involved in it. Not anybody that's like super loved in the Pokemon community. So I don't want to go that way, but it's just some people that are maybe bigger names than you think kind of involved in stuff like this. And it's like, well, you don't want to get yourself caught in any kind of lawsuit, but just always be smart. If it's something that's brand new, like a modern card that just now came out, it's the first one on the market, or it's a black label or something like that, there might be a little bit more shady stuff going on. And just be smart. Use your head. If it's a $10 raw card, the fact that it's a black label isn't going to make it worth $7-8 grand. If you have a $200 raw card and it's a PSA 10, you got to figure it's probably about $1,100. Just use your head on the basic guidelines. Even if it's low pop, it doesn't mean that there's not more coming back from PSA that you're going to get your chances for. These are all mass-produced cards, besides the really rare stuff like the low, the trophies and all that
Yeah.
stuff that's actually low pop.
Of
But if it
course.
was a card that was mass produced, just expect another one to come on the market. Don't get too caught up in the bidding or the buying of it.
Okay. What is the number one rule that perhaps because you have a lot of experience in this, what is the number one rule for like a new collector to come in and says, wow, I see, PWCC one card, and this is the first card that's ever, and it's a black label, and it's $10,000. What is something that you recommend for a new collector to look out and says, perhaps that's not a real bid?
Well,
What would
even
you
if it is a
recommend?
real bid, about if you send modern cards off, mint modern cards,
Okay.
about 2% of the time you're going to get a black label. If you send off modern mint cards, 2% of the time you're going to get a black label. So just look at your investment on it. We did this with Charizard V. We sent off probably 500 Charizard Vs the day it came out. We went and we bought at $25. We bought every one we could, and that was at $25. We bought every one. We sent them to Beckett. We paid at the time $50 to grade them. It was 5-day grading. We came back every 9 we got. We kind of got our money back. On every 9.5, we made about $25. On every pristine 10, we got $200. And then on black labels, we maybe made $2,000. So it just made sense to do it. But we looked at it. We kind of got the data of how many are going to be black labels. So I would never spend more than you would get on a return if you just sent 100 yourself and get the black label yourself. Go buy them, send off 100, assume you're going to get at least one black label. You'll get your black label, you'll sell the rest, you'll get all your money back, and you'll have a black label for free.
Gotcha.
I know that's a big process.
That is. May I ask something a little bit personal then?
Sure.
So you said you bought those Charizards for $25. What was the going rate at that time? Were they $25 or did you get book rate? So they were for $25.
Yeah, I bought them on TCG Player. I bought hundreds on TCG Player the day Champions Path came out. So and then they dropped all the way down to $5, but it didn't matter. We had all that money into it because we did 5-day grading. We had them back fast enough that we were able to supply the first to everybody. We were first to market with them. We didn't offer a crazy price. They were getting a Gem Mint 9.5 Charizard V for $100. They were happy to do it. It's still kind of selling for that same price. The card is worth less, but the slabs are still right about that same price. And we were just kind of first to market on it. So that's how we were able to get the data on how many black labels you get per 100.
Gotcha. I was just letting you know you are disclosing a lot, and I really appreciate it because I'm catching on pretty quickly.
No,
I see that. I see that. I just because you said you don't want to disclose your secret. I'm like, okay, but I really appreciate this so much. I'm gonna definitely get back to the questions. Did you hear about the Sun and Moon base getting reprinted? Pretty frustrating. Not surprising.
Yeah, I mean, they
not surprising.
own the property, at the end of the day, if you're still in the same, last couple years, they're going to do what makes them the most money and what helps the game. It's like Pokemon hates collectors almost. They're like, please play the game. Please play the game. And they'll do anything in their power to decrease the value of the cards. So it's only the people that like the game that are left. That's how I constantly feel from them. I'm cool with it. It's their prerogative. But I don't think as many of the reprints that they had kind of announced or talked about might happen also. That all those reprints they were talking about back in October and December, they said, this is what's coming up. I'm not sold that they're still all going to happen because they're looking at the shelves being full with battle styles. They're looking at the shelves and they're full of Shining Fates still. And people are going, it's starting to not be overprinted, but they're starting to think, I can't sell battle styles for $145 a booster box. And Target doesn't want to get stuck. I know all this stuff's happening with the stores, but nobody wants to get stuck with them. So I don't know if they'll do it because it was so hot. They announced all these reprints thinking this will just be printing money. So I wouldn't be surprised if maybe 1 or 2 get dropped off. I wouldn't be surprised one bit if they said Cosmic Eclipse is going to come back. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't come back. So we'll kind of see what ends up happening.
It's all up in there, but I do believe, and this is based on my experience of just collecting, I do believe they tried. They do try to cater to their collectors and players. I do. I really do. Because I gave an example back then. Let me see if I can find it real quick. 1 second. So when I got these cards back then, they were going for like $200.50 each, and a lot of players, they want to bling out, their cards, right? And people were so unhappy. They're like, I want to bling out my set, but we're not going to pay $250
Yeah.
to it. Guess what Pokemon did?
Reprint.
Full art. They didn't even reprint it. Yeah, they did. They reprint the card, but they reprint that picture, but they put a full art in that. And ever since then, it was crazy. It was
Yeah.
absolutely crazy. So, why Sun and Moon? That's a good question, Mason. Why Sun and Moon? Of all reprints, tell me Modern will crash without telling me Modern will crash. That is so funny. PokeGal has a bind room with full of that. That's no, I do not. I do not know what they're talking about. I do not know what they're talking about. I accidentally hoarded about 2,000 Bellsprouts, and it's sitting in my storage where I'm never gonna touch it. I don't know how in the world did I hoard all those stupid cards. But I'm just letting you know. I might create them, and you can sell them for me. I just
Okay, we'll
are
help
they
you out.
selling? Are those first edition Bellsprout selling? I'm gonna share my screen real quick.
Oh yeah, we sell them. I mean, we had a lot of them, so we've kind of moved through a chunk of them. I could sell them at any time on my auction or on
Really?
Whatnot and get the same amount of money. We just have.
Uh-huh.
I feel bad taking once I've done the work and it's on eBay.
Mhm.
I'm not so keen to take stuff off, I guess. But like if you go to the quantity on the 9.5s, we probably have 20 CGC 9.5 Bellsprouts right now. But the big thing is I don't like to take it off eBay once it's already on there. The work's already happened,
That's true. That
The
is
work's already
absolutely true. That is a
There's
lot of Bellsprout. So what? Let me go here. I think there is an Echo Steel. Just let you know. I don't know.
sorry.
It's not bad. It's not bad though. So what grading company? GMA. Are they selling at all?
Oh yeah, we sell a lot of GMA. Really, I think GMA is a little underrated in Pokemon. In sports, I've seen some drastic problems with their grading, but whoever they have doing their Pokemon, I do think their grading is actually pretty consistent, in my opinion. Like they graded harder than PSA on a lot of stuff when we sent them stuff. So we don't still grade with them, but that's just kind of because of their backups and price changes.
Oh,
Just
they're
like
backup as well. Wow.
everyone is.
Okay. Wow, this is okay. So this is $10. How much is grading with them as right now to cost
At the
for?
time, it was $4.50.
Okay, so
And
you're
I
probably
obviously
going to break
wasn't
even with
shooting.
this guy.
I wasn't shooting for a 7 either. When I grade.
You're probably and I think you're going to break even with this then.
Sure, yeah. And there's plenty of that in the business too. You just gotta roll with the punches.
Yeah. Oh, Bellsprout. Oh.
Mhm.
Sorry. Okay. Modern's going down. Let me go back to the question. By the way, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I want to be oh my god, it's almost 2 hours. I want to be respectful of your time. Let me know. And give me about maybe 15 minutes and I'll cut the questions. But I want to be respectful of your time. I'm learning so much.
Sure, yeah, we'll do another 15, no problem. I know Dan over there, he's still on Whatnot live. He's been live for 4 hours. So I'll have to relieve him after this. I got another what time is it? It's 7:40 here, and I'll probably work until about 1 in the morning tonight, maybe 2.
Oh my lord.
Turn around, get up, be back at 10. So it's kind of always busy, but there's a lot of thought that goes into everything I do, and because of the small nervous energy everybody has in Pokemon, I definitely want to get collectors their stuff right now, because the people that want to buy on the dip want to buy now, and the people that maybe will not want to buy in 2 weeks, well, I want to make sure I can get my stuff sold for those people. So there's a balance. There's a lot of people jumping in because they're hearing it's a dip right now, and there's a lot of people that may be jumping out because they hear it's a dip. I'm kind of trying to catch in that sweet spot. That's why I think there's a lot of people, a lot more people than people are giving credit for buying Pokemon right now. Pokemon is very, very hot. Our store is busy all day long. Our Whatnot's busy all day long. Our eBay's busy all day long, and our auctions are hot on the weekends. So don't just read the headlines and people are saying, "Oh, Pokemon's crashing." We're dealing with 1,000 different people every day still that are buying Pokemon just from us, and we're not, we're in no way the major player in the game.
Gotcha. I also think the word crash is very subjective.
Sure.
Very subjective, right? So, some people think a crash is a small dip, right? Because it's retracing. A lot of people will think Pokemon always tends to go up, and I'm like, no, what goes up tends to go down, right?
Yeah.
Tends, at a certain point, we don't know when. So they think it's very subjective with the crash. So they think people leaving, and I do see people leaving. To me, I do. I think the collectors are probably going to wait it out, and they're going to know. And you, by the way, your prices are extremely reasonable, right? So
Yeah.
you will have a very strong market, and you have an excellent outreach. So with the moment when Jessica says going twice, I said I bought a Bellsprout from them, and I bought several cards from them. I knew exactly who you were, where your business were. So your prices are extremely reasonable. That's the reason why. But the problem is that you know how to market yourself. You know how to budget on. You know how to budget yourself, how to make the profit, and how to bring more in. Whereas in what I was saying again, some perhaps new collectors are in it don't know how to do it. And I really appreciate you sharing your secrets, because I've always told the people that watches me, be as greedy as you can. Be as greedy, and I always make a joke. I say, be as greedy as you can. So you guys, Travis is going to be here now for 15 minutes. Last minute question, let me know. But regardless, I'm so excited for Pokemon. I'm actually learning about the sports card as well. I'm going to go look. But the sport market is so big, right? There's so many new sellers. So I'm learning here and there. And
I think Pokemon, it's really hard because it's given me so many opportunities in life, with just where we're at financially, that I truly love it. So it's, I just, there's a certain price where I just start keeping the first, I've become that, like, I said, I would never pay, $50,000 for a Charizard, but if the Charizard was 20 grand, maybe I'd keep it, so it's starting to get to that point, where it's, if it drops much lower, people aren't going to sell. People like TCA Gaming and Gary and the Logan Pauls of the world and the Steve Aokis and stuff. Well, if Pokemon comes down, they'll just stop selling. They'll keep the stuff, and then that'll drive the price back up. So I have a good buddy that sells millions of dollars worth of Pokemon each year, but he loves it. Like, he is absolutely, his collection is insane. He doesn't show anybody his collection. He has the best Topps Pokemon set in the world. And he's not one of these people that's on social media showing it and showing it off. But he also sells millions of dollars worth of Pokemon each year. But if it drops to below a certain price, he just, in his mind, he's like, oh, I'll just keep it.
Yeah, well, because he collected back then. Based on what you're saying, sports seems to be dipping too. Because that's where, to me, is, right? I mean, it comes to a point where I'm like, okay, should I sell? Because I do want to buy another property, I want to diversify it. I guess that's where it is. But I really love the cards. But at the same time, is it smart? I'm sorry.
It's the balance. It's definitely the balance.
Right?
If you're a collector investor, there's sometimes, like, I was talking with Michael Goldstein, he goes by the PokeGal on Instagram, and me and him were chatting for hours one night. I said, look, man, you can sell your PSA 10 Charizard right now, and you can, pay cash and go buy a house. He lives over he lives on the East Coast. I said, you can go buy a cash with it. I said, I know a house in your area will always be worth what a PSA 10 Charizard is worth, but I can't tell you for sure if a PSA 10 Charizard will always be worth what a house is worth. That's what I mean?
Exactly what my mom said.
Yeah, at a certain point, I just try to tell people to make the safe financial choice. If you only have $100,000 and you're a big time investor, don't have it all in Pokemon, just because you love Pokemon. Kind of diversify. If you have $1,000 to invest, well, maybe you should leave $500 in your bank account in case something happens with you and your family, and the other $500 could go to Pokemon. So I don't want people to, like, take huge life risks. I was pleading with him. He said, no, this PSA 10 Charizard's my identity. I was just saying, it's not the risk I would take. So it's that weird balance of, like, how much risk are you willing to tolerate for a collectible you love? It gets to a certain price where, if you're not, it's just getting that highest echelon stuff is getting to the point where the Steve Aokis and the Logan Pauls and people that are fortunate like that are going to be the ones that own them, because the rest of us can't take those kind of $400,000 financial risks holding it. Even if you only paid $10,000 for it 5 years ago, you're still taking that risk of not selling it. So that's all I'd push. Like, is if you have an insane collection. You love Pokemon so much, and Pokemon might love you back enough to be able to sell it off and get a down payment on a house, and you can still collect Pokemon without having that huge financial liability hanging over your head. I mean, I think about it, it's like, would your wife ever forgive you if you had a collectible that was worth $100,000 and you passed on selling on it, and then it was worth $10,000 or $20,000 in a couple years, So just make a safe financial choice. Now, if you have a lot of, extra income and you love Pokemon and you want to own those high-end items, absolutely go for it. You love it, but don't go overboard. It's not, when people are bidding on our whatnot, we say, don't go overboard here, guys. Let's all be reasonable. We can all have fun and enjoy Pokemon without, spending our life savings on it, so it's just that balance.
Exactly. Because I do finance, right? And because I'm not a CFA, but I do finance, so I understand just a little bit. I do a lot of banking and here and there, so I understand a little bit, just a little bit how collectibles here and there work, and just the economy. And a couple of my friends are CFA, and I'm not giving out legal advice or any financial advice, you guys. But I had a good talk with him yesterday. His name was Steve, and he said, in the end, these are luxury good. How fast can you sell that Charizard or whatever that booster box that you have, right? How fast is it? At the end of the day, people are going to need a roof. Are they going to need the Charizard? So anyways, you guys, I think that's Travis's cue to go. Travis, I'm going to let you go for final thoughts, and I'm going to end up doing, actually, before you do a hashtag. Pick a hashtag, by the way, so we can do the giveaway. Pick a hashtag.
I can pick any hashtag for our business or for the stream.
For the stream.
Okay.
So for the giveaway, any hashtag.
Let's go. Hashtag Q&A going twice. Hashtag
I love it.
Q&A going twice. That'll be one that's never been hashtagged before. There it is, guys.
Hopefully. Q&A. I can't do the symbols.
No,
I have
perfect.
to do that. You guys, to enter the giveaway, just type in the comments Q&A, hashtag Q&A going twice. And for that giveaway, you guys, and Travis, I'm going to let exit a solo screen for you to have final thoughts, okay? But you guys, hashtag Q&A.
It's you now. I can go? Oh, it's my final
it's you.
thoughts? Oh, okay.
Your final thoughts for you.
Awesome, guys. Hey, I really do. I know you guys are finishing up. Don't leave this stream until she's done with you and she gives you permission to leave. But when you do get done here, if you haven't already, go download the Whatnot app. I'm going to be live over there right after this. So whenever you guys are done with this stream, jump over there. You guys can kind of see what we're doing. It's very interactive. It's very fun. You don't have to buy anything. You can just hang out in the chats, the comments, see what Pokemon's selling for on a live basis all day long with us over at Going Twice on Whatnot. Otherwise, you got all the other links there to our Instagram, to our eBay. You have our website where we do our big auctions every Saturday and Sunday. If you guys have any questions at all, or you just want to reach out and say you had fun, definitely do so. So other than that, guys, I appreciate it. It's going to be a long night. I can't wait to see you guys on Whatnot tonight.
Thank you so much. I had an excellent time. All right. Hey, we're going to keep in touch because we're going to talk about some stuff here and there about some consignment, and then we'll talk about here and there because my 8,000 is going to come back and I'll be like, what am I going to do with it? I mean, we'll see. I mean, I do have the capital to just pay it off, but at the same time, I probably do want a house, another bigger house. So we'll see where we go from there. We'll talk. Travis, take care. And by the way, I'll be hitting you up for another Bellsprout first edition.
All righty. We appreciate it. You have a good rest of your day.
No problem. Just exit the screen and you'll get there.
All righty. Thank you.
You guys, that was so excellent. I'm so excited. That was so good. I've learned so much, and that's why I love doing these Q&As. I have learned so much, and it's just basically reiterate what I've always said. Be a greedy investor. That's so smart. That's his business model. I'm so glad to that he shared. I'm going to add this to the screen. There you guys go. Woo! Oops, that's not what I want. There you guys go. So, hashtag, let me go here. Q&A going twice. So you can either get 2 cards. You can either get Metagross or you can get Blaziken. Let me know. I ship it for free. And by the way, you guys, any giveaways or anything, everybody is shipped. Everybody is shipped. So this is actually going today is, oh my goodness, Wednesday, right? I'll most likely be shipping on either Friday or Monday. Okay, but everybody ships, so you get your choice, either Blaziken or Metagross, you guys, and hashtag in the Q&A going twice, you guys. Oh, it's very informative. I love it. That was such a I've learned a lot. I have learned a lot. And that's such a great business model compared to someone that's showing you how they make the money, how they make the returns. All right, let me share my screen. I'm going to go, before I do that, I'm going to do some final thoughts myself because I do have inventory. So let me go here. I love it. That's such a great learning experience, and I will probably check that whatnot. Probably. It was a little bit. Let me go here. Okay, hashtag Q. Oops, Q&A. Hashtag Q&A going twice. Okay. What? 0 entries? Oh, that's not a hashtag. Oh my goodness, you guys, my fault. That's me telling you guys not to misspell why I misspelled. Okay, sorry, that's my fault. Hashtag Q&A going twice. What? 0 entry? What is going on? Q&A going twice. Did I misspell it? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Try it again, you guys. Hashtag Q&A going twice. Well, I did not misspell that. That is so strange. What is wrong with this? Try it again, you guys. Type it in. Hashtag Q&A going twice. Okay. Okay, so I think they fixed it. I apologize. I think they fixed it. Okay. No, it's not broken. I think they fixed it. Before it could gather all the comments beforehand, but now I gotta log into this darn thing for them to. Okay, sorry you guys. From now on, let me log on to that before. Don't do the Q&A thing. Okay, cool. So now that I am here, I want you guys to do an update. I wanted to show you guys something. Let me go here. Here we go. Took a moment. Yeah, so 15 entries. So let me log into my I'll give it another 10 seconds, you guys. But let me go here. Okay, cool. So 15 entry, hashtag Q&A going twice. All right, we're good? Okay, so there's only 15 and there's 30 people watching. We are going to draw. No way! What in the world? No way! What in the world? Dude, oh my lord, that is like the luckiest. Wow. Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. Wow. Sorry, I'm a little bit shocked. Just look at the screen real quick. By the way, SRR did this. Let me look at. So FNW Collectibles is now tied with Z. 5 winning. Wow. I'm a little bit shocked here. Oh, that I know for real. The guy is hacking. I don't know what it is. Where is? Oh wow. Okay, I have no idea what's going on. I do have your information. I assume you got all of my packages, right? Can you please confirm? What do you want? Do you want? Let me go here. Let me stop sharing my screen. Do you want the Blaziken or do you want the Metagross? Let me know. I have your information. I assume you got all of my packages sent. Let me know. And so I want to show you guys something real quick about EV Heroes. I know Safari Zone got canceled. Their pre-orders got canceled. But I have good news for me, at least, because I work with a distributor. And you guys know he does get a cut, but I am getting about 17. I'm getting more, but I know 17 is coming. Let me go here. Okay, so this is mine. I got about 17, so 17 is coming. They always, they said June 9th to June 10th, but that's just a little bit of leverage. So hopefully I'll get this by maybe the 29th, and we can do stream on the 29th or the 30th. I don't think we'll come on 30th on a Sunday, but hoping maybe for the 29th or a little bit sooner, I will let you guys know. I will make the thumbnails. I'm pretty excited about that. It is for the people that pre-ordered. I will get more though. I will get more. So I'm hoping to do the stream. If not, I will give a box away, but of course I have to, make sure I get the people that pre-order first. But regardless, there's going to be a box for a giveaway regardless of what it is. So I'm really excited about that. Let me stop sharing my screen. And there you guys go. Let me go where F and W Crazy Luck. Did he confirm yet? No. Okay. So you did not. F and W, confirm for me if you got the last package I sent you. And would you pick? Yes, exactly. And let me know. And I already have your address. So you guys, I really appreciate you guys. I'm so excited. I've learned a lot today. A lot. And that's just from a business mindset. And now I know exactly how they make. So if anything, you guys, when someone open your packs, and I practice what I preach, do take your promos. But that, keep in mind, we will talk about the Blaziken, and yes, I got it. Thank you. And we'll talk about it during my next stream when I do some pack openings. Okay, we'll talk about the junk slab, but that's a difference. Okay, because the people that are grading to junk slab, they want their money back compared to here, we're going twice. When even if a card is probably a little bit more obtainable, he's already made his profit regardless of what the card sells for. So keep in mind that's the difference. Okay, we'll talk about this here and there, but I've learned a lot. Got it. Okay, I'll ship probably on Saturday. And then SR, I gotta ship your stuff. Perfect. All right, you guys, I really appreciate you guys. I'm heading out. It's the end of the month hustle. I will see, oh my God, tomorrow. You guys can troll me all you guys want. I deserved it. I did. I deserve it. I really did. I'm not sad. I'm not upset. I'm just disappointed about my Clippers. Okay. I'm not upset. I'm not, I'm not in denial either. I mean, you guys can troll me all you guys want, but I have my roommate to troll me a lot today. Go Clippers, exactly. Clippers in 6, right? Clips in 6. Troll me all you want tomorrow, you guys. I learned a lot. We're going to have a good discussion about this tomorrow. And we have Rock Pokemon coming up next. We have Basic Trainer, and we have Mike. I'm really interested in this, and we'll talk to you guys soon. I thought it was a really great Q&A. Peace out, you guys. Take care. Bye. Whoa! Whoa. Clips in 6. I want to end it there. Clips in 6.